If you are rapid fire testing products, you don't have a winner yet, maybe you have 5 ideas of really good products that you want to test, here's a strategy that might be able to speed that up for you in terms of finding the winner and the product you're going to stick with, which is testing multiple products. Again, you want to get out of the testing phase as quick as possible, so testing them quickly and efficiently is definitely going to be important. We'll get more into killing ads and parameters and the 2 cycles that we go through into this next module. But I want to talk about testing multiple products, just some things to think about, some FAQs, some frequently asked questions that I get around this. Shouldn't they be on different pixels? No, because it doesn't matter when you're first starting. You have no data. Your ad account has no sales, or it has 6 sales, 7 sales. A very simple rule of thumb, until your ad account has 50 to 100 sales, it really doesn't have any data. So if you've tested 7 products, this one got 4, this one got 2, this one got 8, this one got 0, you've done that for a little bit and you have 60 sales total, your data might be a little jumbled. So we'll talk about that, but at that point you could just create a new pixel. It's not that big of a deal. Should they be in different campaigns? The answer to this, it's totally your choice, but it would be a massive mess if it's all inside of the same one, especially when things start working and you want to duplicate it. Personally, I always separate it. There's absolutely no difference in terms of performance, so I would just separate that just for an organizational preference. The third one here, can I spend less on each product if I test multiple at the same time? Okay, no, it changes nothing. If you are doing multiple tests at the same time, if you're running 3 products instead of 1 back to back to back, where you do one, what's not working, you go to the next. If you decide to do 2 or 3 at the same time, it doesn't actually change the testing style at all. 0, zip, nada. So the answer to that is a hard no. Now, the easiest way to test multiple products at the same time is just keep in mind you're repeating the exact same structure. So that one campaign for each product, it's going to look the same. You're going to have 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7. Who knows how much of a budget you want to allocate right away. But I'd say 3 to 5. Realistically, my opinion is I just do 5. So I would do 5 at $20 a day, give or take. If you have a much higher priced product, you could adjust. Usually 5 at $20 a day, maybe one of those at 30. You're going to spend about $100 a day. Let those run for 3 full days. Kill any of them after 3 days that have 0 sales, and then in the next module we'll talk more about what to do with those other ones that might have a sale or multiple. Nothing changes until you've been testing for a long time and have somehow gotten 100 plus sales, give or take, from random products. That's like I just mentioned with the pixel. If you're at that 50 up towards 100 and you feel like nothing's really working, maybe the results are even decreasing every time you test a new product, it does worse, just throw on a new pixel. It's not too difficult to do. Again, at that point, consider making a new one. Yours might have collected enough data from so many product types. It's trying to target so many people that it's now actually negatively impacting the performance of any new products you test. So if it takes you more than 5 to 10 products, there's a lot of variables in here, but usually you're either not being selective enough with the products or you're not running the ads 100% correctly. There's a lot of variables. TikTok is a very different platform than Facebook or Google or Snapchat, wherever else you've ran ads, but TikTok works very fast. It's a fast feedback platform. So if you have the right product and you know how to run ads, which is exactly what I'm showing you inside of here, there is no other reason other than the product and maybe your ad. Those are really the primary reasons of why it wouldn't be working. And again, if you tried so many things, okay, make a fresh pixel, change up your strategy, go back through this program again, and just make sure you're doing everything right on the advertising side, setting up a really good video. So for me, it's usually within 3, just because I'm super selective. I rarely start new stuff nowadays, and when I do, half the time I'm the one creating the product. So if you're really good at advertising, and you have a good amount of budget to put behind it, and it is still a good product and you have good ads, you can do what I like to call forcing it to work. You can muscle your way to getting the product to have consistent sales and become profitable. It just takes more money up front. So it's not exactly the most effective strategy, and it's tough sometimes to blur that line there of okay, well, am I muscling it and I can get enough data and then force it to work, or am I just wasting money and it's ultimately not going to work? That line is sometimes tough, and so it doesn't make sense for somebody who's starting from scratch to play around with that, but you'll get there eventually after enough experience. So this is a pretty easy way to test multiple products at once. I personally don't recommend doing it. It's just, I know the ads don't take a lot of time once you launch them, but I feel like multiple products targeting completely different things at the same time, it's just not going to go well. It's not smart on the ad account. I think it just confuses your pixel. I just like to do one thing at a time, but if you want to, I don't think it would really negatively impact your performance. So you could rapid fire test. Just again, make sure you're putting them in different campaigns and just nothing else changes. The time spent running the ads, the budgets, nothing changes. So yeah, that's how you're going to test multiple products. Jump on into the next module and we will start going through a little bit more detail on the advertising and what it looks like to analyze your ads once they're spending money.